But like I said, this was one of the better ones, but it's still kind of boring. There were 5 different songs, and like 3 of them in a row were just like basically had the same setup I do, just person and a piano. They didn't even make it more exciting to pick it up. Like, does anyone really care about John Legend? I mean, I didn't even know he had a song out this year. Did you? God damn, what? How am I so bad at this? Just once, I'd like to say something doesn't matter, and then have it not matter. Anyway. So, apparently people do care about John Legend, so let's talk about him.
I hit you with the best stroke.
So this is John Legend, the male Alicia Keys. He's not as pretty as her. Well, okay, he kinda is. But I guess not enough so he's not nearly as successful. But in pretty much every other regard, her and him are virtually identical. They're neo-soul influenced piano players, smart, classy, and possibly talented as singers and pianists, and yet somehow kind of limited artistically by all the above. The kind of guy people wish they liked more than they do.
Maybe it's me, maybe I bore you.
Yeah, maybe. And I do like John Legend, or at the very least I respect him, but I was really surprised to see him have a huge pop hit like he has right now, especially this one.
'Cause all of me.
Actually, I don't know how many people actually know anything about the guy, so I figure I'd better give some backstory. In terms of pop success, John Legend has had basically only 2 notable songs, and neither of them were huge, but they were the closest he's gotten to pop stardom. The first was his breakthrough and signature tune, Ordinary People.
We're just ordinary people.
Now this is a stripped down solo piano ballad, and I absolutely loved it, but it kind of gave me the impression that he was not a guy who'd be worth exploring further. His other hit was a much more upbeat dance jam with Andre 3000 called Green Light.
I just need permission, so give me the green light.
This was also a pretty damn great song, and in a better world, the go-to anthem for picking up chicks would be John Legend's smooth, respectful request for the green light, and not Robin Thicke's pushy, mouth-breathing insistence that he knows you want it. Ugh. But somehow, Green Light didn't break the impression of John Legend as a guy who makes sleeping music for old people. If anything, it kind of reinforced it.
Sometimes you gotta step from behind that piano.
Green Light can only come off like a fluke when both the song and the video make fun of him for being boring. You know, look at that poor guy just playing his piano at a party, no one paying attention. You just feel sorry for him. Like, what a sad, pathetic schmuck that guy is.
Alright, everybody sing along. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left myself my pager and my home phone at the bottom. I sent you 2 letters back in autumn, you must not have got them. There probably was a problem at the post office.
Let's go to.
And none of that is really fair to the guy. He was a more interesting artist than all that. I mean, he works with Kanye, he released a single about banging in public.
Let's go somewhere they might discover us.
It's just that he's never been interested in playing the pop stardom game. He's not gonna be like, you know, Neo or Robin Thicke. He's not that kind of guy. He's a guy who makes a whole album with The Roots. Another act people say they like but don't actually listen to. But he deserves better regardless. So, you know, I feel like maybe I was unfairly dismissive of his Grammy performance. John Legend has his first bona fide pop smash, sitting at number 2 as I say this. And goddamn, we could use a little sophistication in our music, right? So I'm gonna sit here and really appreciate it, even if I have to turn off my reflexive disdain for black guy with acoustic piano songs. Wait, that's not even her thing, is it? Okay, well then there's no problem, let's enjoy it. Quite excellent, quite good. Yes.
My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine.
Yes. So much better than that undignified Derulo fellow. Don't you all agree?
'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges. 'Cause I give you all of me.
Stop. Stop. Okay. I'm still not feeling this. I don't know. This is still just leaving me completely cold. I'm just... Why isn't this working? Shouldn't I like this? I mean, I'm a piano guy. I should stand up for a fellow piano player. Okay, to be fair, I don't really play like John Legend. He's a very precise performer, and my instructors called my playing a little less delicate. You know, I still like John Legend, and I loved Ordinary People, and that was basically no different from this. Why isn't this doing it for me? Okay, well, thinking back, I think I got one answer. You have to put it in context. Ordinary People was a hit in 2005. This is what 2005 sounded like.
My hump, my hump, my hump, my hump, my hump.
Take you to the candy shop. I let you the lollipop.
Cause I ain't no holla back girl. I ain't no holla back.
So, you see why Ordinary People stood out. I mean, a guy who was brave enough to just sit at a piano and let that do all the work was a real breath of fresh air. But 10 years later, oversupply has lowered the value of that currency.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit.
Yeah, we got plenty of piano ballads. Piano ballads for black guys, white girls, black girls. We weren't really starting for another one. So for one, it's not anything new. And for another, you want to know what the upbeat dance songs we have to compare it to now? Because it sure isn't 50 Cent.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Yes, John Legend is being kept off the top of the charts right now by 2013's MVP, Pharrell. Apparently this year's winner of the Fluke Retro Soul Hit Sweepstakes. Old jokes don't die, they just adapt to the times.
Because I'm happy. Clap along.
And just like previous sweepstakes winners like Andre 3000 and CeeLo Green, Pharrell looks to the past to give us the really fun and funky side of old school soul. And technically John Legend is a neo-soul artist too, but All of Me is probably the least soulful and most easy listening thing Legend has ever done. Put it like this, Pharrell is giving us songs in the key of life, and Legend is giving us 3 Times a Lady. But the other songs out there don't matter that much. I don't care if literally every other song out right now were stupid club pop like in 2005. It doesn't matter if this song isn't good on its own. And I don't know, it's just not very impressive. There's no way to listen to the song without comparing it to Ordinary People, and it fails to live up in pretty much every conceivable measure. And I know I say this over and over again. If you expect a song to survive on just the bare bones, those bare bones better be goddamn amazing. If they are not, do something else. And Ordinary People absolutely lived up to that standard. I mean, it's just impressive from the first notes. It's got that fancy, complicated intro full of all these hand-busting arpeggiated chords. Here, let me try and play it for you. Okay. Wait. Slow down. Okay, screw you. Yeah, but you see my point, right? It's impressive. Now compare that to the piano intro to All of Me. Wait, are you kidding me? This is a pop song chord song. Wait, let me see this. Wow, how about that? Well, it wasn't even about the chords. It's also just not very complicated. I can get my dog to play that. Matter of fact, come here. Come here. Oh, who's a good dog? Now play John Legend. Play John Legend. Oh, good enough. Good enough. Who's so good? Who's talented? Now play this part. Oh, we'll work on that later. Who's a good dog? And Ordinary People wasn't just complex in the piano fingering, it was also complex emotionally. But the ways that love is confusing and difficult and hard work and people make mistakes. All of Me is not about that. It's about, well, it's about I love you. I love you. Nothing more, nothing less. It's taking the most overused chords and the most overused instrumentation for the most overused theme in history. And it's not like it's added anything new. Like, what does it have to say about I love you?
'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges.
All your diameters and vertices. Like, is that it? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. All of me loves all of you. Does that mean anything? It's not like all of me and all of you adds anything. It was implied. We knew that already. No one was ever singing, some of me loves part of you. I mean, I don't like your imperfections. That's why they're called imperfections. Damn it, John, try harder. What specifically do you like about this girl? Why is she so great that you give her all of you? Start from the beginning.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out.
Oh, okay. You like being kicked out by her smart mouth. That didn't sound flattering at all.
What would I do without your smart mouth?
Dude, you know what smart mouth means, right? Arrogant, obnoxious, needs to shut up. I don't think I've ever heard smart mouth used as a compliment. That's like saying, what would I do without your fat face? I mean, maybe fat face is a term of endearment between you and her, I don't know. And kicking me out?
You kicking me out.
I gather you don't mean being forcibly evicted, which is what most people mean by it. What did you mean by it? It sounds like you're being jerked around.
I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind?
Are you sure you're in love, dude? How can you know her mind is beautiful if you don't know what's going on in it?
And I'm so dizzy.
The more I listen to this, honestly, he doesn't sound in love. He just sounds confused, trying to convince himself. How can you love all of her when you don't even seem to know half of her?
You're crazy and I'm out of my mind.
Well, you know, love can be confusing. It can be crazy and exciting, so I guess that's what John Legend is going for. That kind of dizzy, euphoric infatuation that ordinary people was emphatically not about.
Past the infatuation phase.
And it wasn't about that for a damn good reason. It's a solo piano song. This kind of music, this does not make me feel wild, crazy in love. It makes me feel like I'm eating dinner. I mean, a nice dinner at a fancy place. Someplace you'd want to take someone you'd love if that was what he was going for. But it does not make me feel I'm in love. It makes me feel like seeing if I want to splurge on the beef cordon bleu. And lyrically, John Legend has one other trick here.
All your perfect imperfections.
Perfect imperfections, you. It's almost One Direction level bad. Okay, no, it's not. Nothing's that bad. But you see, John Legend pulls the rhetorical trick of claiming that even the bad things are actually good things. And, maybe he pulls that trick a little too often.
Perfect imperfection. Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. Even when I lose, I'm winning.
Okay, am I the only one who finds these sayings just a little bit formulaic? If you want to push something down, you have to pull it up. If you want to go left, you have to go right.
Now, is All of Me the worst song I've ever heard? No, not at all. John Legend's a great piano player and he's a great singer. And compare it to Bruno Mars and it's obvious how much more sincere and heartfelt he is. And if we get some better John Legend out of this, I'm not going to complain. I just wish it was something other than this. I wish it was more than a talented artist lucking out on a top 40 trend with his weakest single to date. This is corny and boring and kind of vapid and, yeah, I don't know, disappointment. None of me likes any of this. Sorry.
Of you, oh.
All of me, why not take all of me?